Well, guys, let me start off just by saying it's been a phenomenal ride so far. I tell you, just going into Barcelona was just amazing. I carried two of my team members with me, and they've come back and they are on fire. So if the Zap Club doesn't get you on fire, something's wrong. We need to put some heat up under you. So first of all, starting off, again, my name is Robin Chamberlain, and I am located in Florida. That's where I reside, but I move around the country a lot because I do a lot of consulting. But the first thing we want to talk about is that we did change the name. So a lot of people may still try to log in under the XRP AI bot, but it is now Zab Club. So zabclub.com, just so that if you're introducing people, make sure that you're using the right website. So when you start to look at Zab Club, first thing we need to do is the actual housekeeping chores. And as we know, uh, whenever there's an opportunity, the first thing that you know, there are going to be some volatilities that are involved. And so when you get into this opportunity as a company, we can't be liable for third party issues like downtimes, API errors, and things of that sort. But by using this service, we want you to be sure that you have to accept full responsibility for any losses and agree that you're not liable for any damages that are not coming from this company. And that's with any organization. So, first of all, getting the disclaimer out of the way, that's the walk, 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 walk. But it's okay. We've got through that, the housekeeping chores. As you all know, the top three crypto blockchains is Bitcoin, which is an asset coin. You have Ethereum, which is a technology coin. And then there's XRP. And XRP is our banking coin. And when you start to look at that, these are the top three and the biggest ones. If you have been living under a rock for the last 10, 15 years, you knew that Bitcoin started out, I had an opportunity to buy it at $26. And boy, did I miss that boat. But the whole point is, it now has gone even as high as $127,000 for one coin. Then you have Ethereum, and it's growing. But the biggest thing right now, being a banking coin, is XRP. And we know that if we can grab a hold and take charge of this, being that it is at about $2 now a coin, we're at a price point where we can get on this boat, ride this ship, which is pairing up very similar to Bitcoin. So when you start to look at this, we believe that by actually purchasing, placing that Bitcoin in a program, which is ZAB, will bring you exponential growth. So let's give a little history about XRP. We know that XRP launched back in June of 2012, and we know that it's going to be used by banks. So it has a market cap of 150 billion, and it was pretty much created to replace the SWIFT banking system, which is an international system used to transfer money from one country to another by the banks. So let's compare the two. So when we start to look at Swift, we know it's old, it's been running for years, 52 years approximately. It's very slow. It takes 1 to 5 days. It can be very expensive. And the thing that we understand is very confusing. So anytime there's a transfer, it can take between $20, $50, and a very long time. So when you compare that to XRP, the new blockchain technology is what it's running on. So it can go very fast, up to about 1,500 transactions a second, and it's pretty much virtually free. So when you start to look at that, it's very transparent. There's no hidden agenda behind it. And we as an organization have adapted and adopted the process. And we're so hoping that if XRP just takes over 25% of the shift of the Swift network, that XRP can reach as much as $10,000. So if we start to look at this and you can execute that many transactions that cheap and move forward with this, we have an opportunity to have financial freedom and to create generational wealth. So if it takes just 25% of the pool network, then meaning that's about $10,000 per XRP, it's going to be a mighty, mighty, unrealistic change that most people are not ready for. So let's look at it. The goal is if we can get XRP to $10 and you're able to acquire 100,000 XRP, can become a millionaire. And as we know, our president, Donald Trump, whenever Trump moves, money moves. And here's an opportunity where he is partnering with CLO officer Alderati and CEO of XRP, Brad Garlinghouse. And they're talking about the possibility of moving this into even the US Reserve. So we as American citizens need to adopt this as part of our daily agenda, because if you don't get on board now, you're going to be left behind because the direction is being painted very clearly by our president, our commander in chief. So when you start to look at it right now, and we can make this as our goal, is that if we can make every one of our leaders a millionaire by having them acquire just 100,000 XRP, that every single person that's in XAB would have an opportunity for family and financial freedom. So let's look at this. How to earn XRP and how to make money without selling it. Similar to banks, you deposit your money into the bank and you think, oh, my money is sitting there in the bank. Untrue. The banks use that money to make money for them. Similar to XAB, you park your XRP in XAB, and what it does on the sidebar, we have an AI arbitrage bot that actually trades. And when that trading is going on, whether the price is low or whether the price is high, the bot is still doing what's considered to be a win-win trade. So when we start to look at that, we want to welcome you to XABClub. And when we talk about XABClub, is where your XRP grows. Instead of sitting on a blockchain where it's just sitting in a wallet, waiting for the price to go up, we're able to have it sit and have the bot trade and passively grow XRP. Whether you're working, sleeping, going to the mall, it doesn't matter. This is the opportunity that XAB brings to you. So let me go back and just give you an overview pretty much of how this works. I'd like to acknowledge our founder for XRP AI Bot, Dr. Jack Van Mueller. Had an opportunity of meeting him in Barcelona, and I tell you, he's a very faith-based man and he loves helping people and giving back to others. That was the warm fuzzy that I needed to see with this company. And so when you look at XRP arbitrage trading, it's a win-win model. That means the bot looks at only winning trades. If it doesn't have a winning trade, it's not going to execute the trade. And it does multiple trades in real time. So when you start to look at that, it checks on the price of the actual XRP across all of the blockchains. And what it does is when it detects that price variation and it identifies it, it's going to buy or sell. Win-win. So the key thing is when it executes, it's a very rapid, automated win trades only. And this is unique to the XRP AI bot. It has speed, it has precision, and it's always 100% profitable trades where it buys low, sells high. But rather than predicting the future, the algorithm makes strategic, data-driven trades. So when we start to look at that, What does that actually mean? Well, that means with that trade, that bot is going to give us airdrops. And those airdrops can be up to 1% rewards every single day. Is trading and trading and trading. And within 24 hours, it can do anywhere between 50, 60 trades. So when you're looking at that, instead of just sitting there and having your money sit on an exchange, it's going to sit there and let the bot make money and drop it into your XRP reserve. Now, we know that it can make up to 1% just sitting there. But if by chance, when you start to look at going sonic, and what sonic means is if you are doing a building of your team and you have two direct billings that equal the amount of XRP or packages that you've purchased or put in with XRP, once that sonic lever gets to 100%, you're going to get up to 2% on the airdrops, meaning that you've just doubled your amount of airdrops that's coming back in. You're still holding your XRP. You have 2 times direct billing. And what happens is now you have up to 2%. So your money is passively and actively growing while it's sitting in XAB. Now let's talk about those packages, because the key thing that you want to understand is when you start to look at the packages, we have a basic package, which is 10 XRP up to 499. That's called the basic package. We have the eco package, which is 500 plus XRP. And we have the turbo, which is 2000 plus, hyper, which is 5000 plus, and the tycoon. And under each one of these packages, there are benefits that are associated with them. And as you see, from 500 up to 10,000, there are different benefits. The key point is coming in at a point where if you're going to actively build a team, you want to have it where you get the team bonus. You want to have it where you have the levels, because this is a uni-level system. It's an affiliate program where that you can passively earn income just by having your XRP sit there and get airdrops, or you can build a team and you start to get level bonuses, you start to get team bonuses, which gives you all types of benefits for owning the packages. So when you look at purchasing a package, there is an activation fee of 1 XRP. So when the bot is trading, that covers the cost of the bot's trade and the activation. And we know that the bot applies 30% of that airdrop for maintenance, but the 70% comes to you, and the maximum of 300% in airdrops can go in your reserve. So when we start to look at this, when we first started, every 70 hours, the bot was trading and you had to go in and tell it, get back to work. Now we've recently changed from 70 hours where the bot is going to be down for maintenance only 1 day as opposed to 2 days a week. And that 1 day is Tuesday. So every Tuesday, you're going to restart your bot. Okay, I call it Tap Dance Tuesday because I'm going to be tapping on every single one of the bots that I have. And then what that means is you're going to be receiving airdrops now instead of 5 days a week. You're going to be receiving airdrops 6 days a week, where the bot rests just 1 day for recalibration. And there are several different trading styles that the bots use. So once you activate your bot, you've chosen your package, the colors match the package. So blue is your basic, all the way up to gold for your tycoon. And once you do that, you choose your trading style, which is alpha, delta, and omega. If you happen to Google those or chat GPT them, it will explain the type of style that is. So when you start to look at that, it starts to trade and actively trades for 6 days. But the good thing is you're getting airdrops every 24 hours for 6 days out of the week. Now, when we start to look at that, you're thinking, okay, well, how am I getting paid? What does this mean? So, for this program, it is based on a smart contract. It's instant automatic payouts through these smart contracts. And smart contracts really just mean that it is a way that everything has been calibrated, marked up, the algorithms where it will actually look at what the percentage is and payouts accordingly based on the style, how many trades that the bot has done daily. Now, whenever you look at withdrawing any of this trade, the system XAB does charge a 10% withdrawal charge, but there are ways to get around it, and we'll get to that later in the actual presentation. The only thing that I want to be sure that you do know that very extremely important, we want to be sure that when you're looking at these withdrawals, that it is truly on a decentralized XRP address. That's what's allowed. And so I can't stress that more than enough, just to be sure that those wallets are on a decentralized system. So we know that you can save that 10% withdrawal and take it down to 8% or even free, pretty much based on how you use the system. You can save 8% by creating gift codes, which if I want to gift somebody XRP, we can take that down from 10% to 8%, or we can make it free. If you're going from person to person, there's not a fee that's in that transfer. So there's an opportunity to save money even within the system. So when we start to look at the ways that we make income, there are 4 active incomes. It is an affiliate program, so we're going to start off with the very first one. And the very first one, if you just want to passively park your XRP in the XAB program and just do referrals for every single person that you refer that is a direct referral, you get an 8%. So for example, if I brought in someone and they bought 1,000 XRP package, I'm going to get 8% of that 1,000. If they brought 100, I would still get 8% of that 100. If they bought the Tycoon 10,000, I'd get 8% of that. So when you start to look at that, and then that's a way that you can just exponentially grow your XRP just by referring the program. Not working to build a team, not working to do anything other than just park your XRP, let the bot work for you, and you just do referrals. When you start to look at that and you start to look at what the levels are, and you're building and you're actively building your team, whenever you have a direct referral, it will unlock one level of income. So when you start to unlock one level and you're buying the packages, it can go up to 20 levels of income. So if you're actively building a team, it's based on a uni-level affiliate program or multi-level marketing, as some people call it. It is wide. You want to go as wide as you can. And the reason why, you never know which one of the people that you referred is going to take off and think this is the best thing since sliced bread. So when you start to look at that and you're doing the level income, just know that if you have direct referrals and you have a 500 XRP package, you can earn automatically up to the second level. And then if you actually have a 2,000 package, you can get 10 levels, which are automatically unlocked. And if you have 15 levels, are automatically unlocked for 5,000. And for the Tycoon package is 20 levels are automatically unlocked. And each one of these levels here, where you have second level is 2%, respectfully, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 is 1%. and 7 all the way up through the 20th level is 0.5%. So just imagine the wider you build across the top, the wider the bottom is going to be, but the top couple of levels are the ones where you're going to make more on your income. Not only that, just by you sitting there parking your XRP, doing your referrals, having your packages, if you're actively building your team, there are rank and rank rewards. So when you start to look at the team bonus and the payouts and the qualification criteria, when you reach a certain XRP volume and you actually have your rank, you're able to cash out that rank, and whatever is in your team bonus, you'll get a payout of a percentage from 6% all the way up to Crown Diamond at 15%. Now, mind you, this is on a 90-day rolling volume calendar. So you have to be sure that you're looking from first day that you're in to your 90 days and making sure that that volume continues to accumulate over a 90 days, knowing that when you get to 91, the very first day is going to drop off. So always remember you're going to have a minimum of 500 XRP ownership package to get the team bonus. But under your team, to make it fair for everyone, no one leg can be more than 1/3 of the billing. So when you want to claim your paid rank, you got to be sure you're going to have at least 3 legs that are doing at least a third, a third, a third of your actual volume or your package, because if not, you will not get your team bonus. So it's a way of spreading wide, making sure that you're building great teams beneath you so that you have an opportunity to hit all your bonus, hit all your ranks, and whenever you want to cash your payout, you can. Now, a good way to do this, instead of hitting your ambassador one and taking the 6%, is to let it ride. Sounds a little bit like me in a casino, but I let it ride all the time. But you let it ride, and what you do is, say, for example, if you're building and you're building and your volume's building, you don't want to cash out at 6% and have to start over. You want to make sure that you meet your rank and cash out. I would rather cash out 15% of 1 million than 6% of 1,000 every time over and over again. So just get with your upliner who invited you to go over the team bonus in detail and help you understand how to do your placements so that you don't miss your team bonus. That's a way that you can quickly acquire wealth in this program. The third piece is when you're looking at the renewal bonus. This is new and this was very exciting in Barcelona, is that if every time someone that you've already signed in renews their pack in your team, all the bonuses are paid all over again. Direct level and team bonus. So direct level and team bonus, which is driving your active income up to 4%. 400%. So when you start to look at that, just know if someone caps out a package and they buy another package, you still will get that direct bonus, that level income. And if you're doing the team bonus and you're building a team, you'll get that as well. Now, for all of the new people, this was very exciting because what we're doing is within the first 30 days of joining, if you can hit your ranks of Ruby or higher, there's some sweet gifts that they're going to gift you with. If you hit Ruby, it's an Apple headset. If you hit Sapphire, it's an iPhone. If you hit Diamond, it's a 10-gram gold bar. If you hit Black Diamond, it's a Rolex. If it's Crown Diamond, you get a Patek Philippe. So just know that these fast start bonuses is paid once you make your first claim within 30 days of joining. So guys, recruit, recruit, recruit. You never know who's going to be your breakaway leg and say, I'm going for the Rolex or I'm going for the gold. So again, I'm Robin Chamberlain. Thank you for allowing me to share with you, and welcome. And Thanks. And I wish everybody here all the best of luck and success, and get with the person that invited you, and let's win.